But yeah, let's get into our stuff this week. I guess we're going to start with our top five segment. And this week, we are talking about our top five favorite female singers. Now, this is important to understand that we are talking about currently active singers. They have to be somebody who has released an album within, say, the last 5 years or so. So Patsy Cline cannot make this list, for example, right? It has to be a currently active female singer, and it can be somebody from a band or, like, for example, Lizzie Hale could be one. She's currently active.
If they haven't released an album within 5 years, but are like touring and
If
stuff,
they're
that counts
touring,
too.
that's currently active. That's
Okay, like
correct.
active. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. That's
I'm
correct.
like, shit.
So we'll
I don't
start
know.
right into it. A lot of people might be very, very surprised by my list. In fact, when I was making
I
my
was.
list, I was extremely, extremely surprised at the list I made because I only have one person on this list who could be really called country.
Yeah. Fun fact about that too. That's so I told you that I had to take off work last week. I was supposed to work her concert.
I'm gonna keep it real. I almost called in a favor for like I was gonna be like, yo, Katie, get me some tickets, girl.
I could have. I was supposed to work it.
You could have got me tickets.
I didn't know you liked that person. I didn't know who the hell this person
Oh
was.
my god, bro. I almost
Yes.
messaged you. So, oh
I
my
could have,
god.
yes. I can get like 2 free tickets.
Okay. God dang it.
So for next time.
Next time. All right, anyway, we'll start with your number five. Who's number five, Katie, for you?
So my list surprised me as well. Um, I so this is Miley, Miss Miley Cyrus. I love Miss Miley.
Freaking hell
I'm not
yeah,
gonna say
bro.
she's like the most like she is the best vocalist technically. I'm not gonna say that. She is great technically. I will say within the past probably 5 years or so, you can tell she's had a lot of vocal training, so
Mm.
she's even better than she used to be. But I just love her style. She's Miley, you know that's Miley. I love me a good voice that you can pinpoint to the person. So I don't like people that sound the same, and Miley's definitely not
Have you
the same.
seen,
So
I want to say it's on Apple TV. Have you seen her home concert thing documentary that she
I've
did?
seen like I no I don't have Apple TV. I think you're
Oh,
right, it is on Apple TV. But I've seen like clips and stuff.
so good.
I
So good,
know.
man. I'll tell you what, you can watch that documentary and not be a fan of Miley Cyrus and come out of that documentary as a fan of Miley Cyrus.
I love that woman.
And I feel like a
Love
lot of
that
people
woman.
don't like Miley Cyrus because of her, just her eccentricity, right? Like just being, I don't want to say crazy because crazy is not the right word, but just being out there, like, not caring
Yeah,
what people think of her, not caring what people think of what she's wearing. And to be completely
yeah.
honest with you, it shouldn't matter. I mean, I'll keep it real. Like,
Correct.
yep, it shouldn't matter. But anyway, that's your number five. I absolutely love that. I hadn't thought of Miley, and that's why I love doing these top five lists because I'll do mine, you'll do yours. There'll be some on mine where you'll be like, God, I didn't think of her, and then vice versa.
I was thinking I was reading your list and I was like, I wonder if you thought about Miley. I did think about that.
I did not think about Miley, but at number five, I'm going to keep it real. I did not know who this person was until this year, and that really pains me. In fact, I'm actually going to change my top five right now. I'm changing it. Number five is going away, and I am replacing her with somebody else that I just thought about, and I would have been absolutely. Actually, I'm actually going to move number four down to number five, and then somebody else is going to go to number four. But I'm changing my list. All right, it's almost like Monday Night Raw here. We're changing it at the last minute. Number five for me is going to be Billie Eilish. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
absolutely love Billie Eilish. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like her because they don't think she's strong vocally, or that she's strong lyrically, or that she's strong stylistically. And I disagree. If you try to just listen to what her and Phineas are doing in a presentation way with their music, it's so ridiculous. Just the little, like, we call it layering now, right? When you're making
Yeah.
layers and turning those layers into a song.
Turning a song more into creation, I feel
Right.
like.
Recently having talked to a lot of very, very well known and very, very successful songwriters, a lot of them are not a big fan of the layer process, because they don't feel like it's something that can be replicated in a live way. And that's very true. But
Yeah.
in a stylistic way, in a creative way, as someone who I never would have believed that I'd be saying what I'm about to say. I absolutely love the layer process because there's so many different dynamics you can place within a song that
Yeah.
makes you feel in a different way.
Hmm.
And whether you want to say that's AI or not, I don't know. All I know is it makes me feel something. And having watched behind the scenes stuff with Billie Eilish and her brother, and them talking about why they're putting things in the places that they're putting them, it's a very, very tedious process.
Absolutely.
And I
And
love that.
another thing to add on to that, I said like it's more like a creation more than a song. Like this is, I mean, it's been done, but this is it really being done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's its whole new thing. It gives you this kind of feeling that nothing else really does.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the only thing I can say kind of gives the same vibes maybe like some Deftones kind of thing. Like it's very like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's my kind of
I
stuff
just I
though. But
just don't see anybody else doing it quite to the level
no,
that
absolutely not.
Billy and Phineas are doing it, and that just makes her
And
stand out to
they're
me.
and look, it's not just one person either. It's the duo.
Yeah.
Those two together are like,
Mm-hmm.
because like you can maybe be like another person, but good luck being like two.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know what I
All
mean?
right. Who do you have at number 4? Since Billie Eilish is my number 5.
So I'm going to come out and say I do not hardly listen to any female artists. And not just that. Um, I really this list, like my number four, I listen to very select amount of music. What I do listen to, I like a lot. Their new stuff I do not like. Um, but it would be Hayley Williams from Paramore. She is freaking phenomenal vocally phenomenal. Um, I've seen like late videos, like me and Jackson watched some videos of her live the other day, and she's still really strong vocally, but I don't know. I don't know if she's like damaging stuff, but she doesn't sound that great. What she didn't have, she had great. But regardless, number four. I think she's really great. I love her voice. You know, not as like different as Miley, but Haley, she has her own thing. Her writing is freaking awesome. I like the old stuff. I don't remember the name of the album, but the album that Misery Business is on,
Mm-hmm.
that album's just freaking awesome. And then the same album, The Only Exception and like All I Wanted, that album
Mm-hmm.
too. Great albums, like the old good shit.
Man, I'm
So
thinking of so many
um
good ones now. Golly, man. Hmm.
see, I had to scroll through my music for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm like everyone I listen to is a dude.
Well, we were definitely going
Uh,
to do a top 5 guys too, very shortly. Definitely.
I'll get that in like 0.2 seconds.
So I've just changed my number 3. I've moved her down to number 4. And at number 4 now, I have Sierra Ferrell, um,
We were talking about.
who we were talking about, that I could have seen if I would have just sent a text. To be fair, I probably wouldn't have been able to go anyway, just because of lack of gas money. But
Yeah.
it did cross my mind. I wonder if I could score tickets for this. But anyway, Sierra Ferrell. If you are a traditional country music fan, which I am, if you took modern style and modern technology with a female voice and brought it back to the 70s, that's Sierra Ferrell. She is just fantastic. Um, Gosh, she's so good. Like, I can literally just put on her mix on YouTube anytime, and literally it'll put me in a different mood. Like, she's just one of those artists that no matter what mood you're in, she's perfect for that mood, if that makes sense.
So when I work concerts, which is pretty regular lately. I go just listen to whoever the hell I'm supposed to be working. I was supposed to work I Spice last night. Thank God they moved me next door. Thank God. I worked some K-pop band. It's fine. It's pretty good. But thank God I didn't have to do I Spice. Um, fucking horrible concert too. Just brutal. Everyone
Oh.
there probably was just awful because you got to think about the crowd that comes in
Mm-hmm.
with the artists. Anyway, I listened to Sierra and I listen to tidbits. I'm talking like top 5 songs. Listen to him for a minute or two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I didn't go. I'm sorry. I don't. I can't.
You don't like
And
her?
that's very rare for me to say. Like I just can't. I need to go back and listen. But I turned it on. I was like,
Why don't you
oh
like her?
fuck.
I'm curious why you don't like her though.
I remember it being her voice. I didn't like her tone.
Okay.
The tone of her voice is, if I remember, is not whiny but very like tinny, like.
It is. It is. It can be. Yeah.
I remember that. I mean, this was a couple weeks ago when the schedule came out that I listened to it. But I remember that, and I'm fine with the old country. I think it's really cool. But I think like there was some lyrics that I don't think I cared for either. Like just some nitpicky shit that I do and
Mm.
only with women. I don't know.
No, and that's fine. No, I Sarah's definitely somebody that I can understand why people won't like her as well. But
Yeah,
like the same reasons why what you just gave is partly why I do like her. That's what makes her different from
yeah,
me. You know what I mean? But yeah,
for sure.
who is your number 3?
I have Pink. I love Miss Pink. I honestly am very surprised she's not higher on my list. I've been in love with Pink for years. When did that song shit, I used to sing it. Oh my god.
There's so many songs. She is so
I know.
fucking
It's off
sexy,
the
bro.
album like the blue and like, oh my god, I've sang this song for like 3 years. What's the name of it? Try. God, try. You gotta get up and try. That song.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I remember when it came out, and I think that was the first time I heard Pink. And I remember I was in the car on my way to school. I had to have been fourth or fifth grade. Um, at that point, I was still listening to like classic rock and stuff. Fourth and fifth grade is when I went to public school for the first time and started hearing other music.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it
But
real. I have Pink on my list as well, but man, with Pink,
I see.
the song Funhouse, the
Yes,
video for Funhouse,
yes.
I was ready to have her children. Do you understand? Do you understand? When this sexy ass woman is crawling on her hands and knees talking about coming through the doggy door, yo, what? What? How many kids would you
Yo,
like to have, ma'am?
honorable mention. I don't think she's a great vocalist, but on that note, check out In This Moment.
Okay.
That's basically the metal version of Britney Spears.
So you have Pink at number 3. I have
Hmm.
her on my list too, but she's not at number 3. The person that I completely forgot about, and if I had left her off of my list, I would have lost my mind because literally a day does not go by that I don't listen to her at this point. We are talking about Chapel Roan, and I love the fact, straight up, I love the fact that Chapel Roan is exploding right now because I learned about her late last year from her NPR Tiny Desk concert, which I have literally boosted their views probably by 400% by myself. Um, this woman just shows up at their Tiny Desk concert with a damn cigarette stuck in her hair, and like everybody in her band, like not only are they wearing lipstick, but the lipstick is like stuck on their teeth too. Like I was just so blown away by their frickin' presentation. And then
Okay, so I don't know who this person is.
you don't know Chapel Roan? What? Oh my
I'm
gosh.
looking. I feel like I've seen pictures.
She's so good, Katie. Oh my gosh.
I'll
Um,
check it.
yeah, she's
I'm
ridiculously
very
good.
late on
So
things. Very,
she's a
very late.
member of the LGBTQI community, and a lot of her songs are what they call lesbian anthems. Okay.
I feel like I'm looking at more pictures, and I feel like I've seen some.
She has blown up really big within, say, the last 3 months or so.
Oh yeah, see, I'm usually like 5 or 6 months behind on
Yeah.
things.
Prior to the last 3 months, she was kind of percolating, but like the last 3 months, she's just. And I'm here to tell you, she is going to be bigger than Billie Eilish. She's going to be bigger than Olivia Rodrigo, who was used to be on my list. This girl right here, I'm telling you, other than say like people like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, like that level of fame, I think she's gonna
Mhm.
be close to that, but not quite there. Like I think Chapel Roan is good enough to where everybody's gonna be knowing her name.
I need to check her out. Yeah, I need to check it out.
She's
Seems
incredible.
very intriguing to a
Yeah,
person
just one
like
album out
myself.
right now. Just one album out. Um,
Okay,
but oh my
I'll go
god.
check out the Tiny Desk.
So yes, please do, because that was my first introduction to Chapel Roan was the Tiny Desk, and then the name of her record is I think it's called Confessions of a Midwestern Princess.
I love that.
Yeah, such a good uh, record title, but yeah, man, just so many good songs. Red Wine Supernova is my favorite probably, but anyway, we'll
Okay.
move on. What's your number two?
Also, hold on, Red Wine Supernova, like play on a Champagne Supernova. I love that.
Exactly right.
Anyway,
Yep,
I actually played that song. You've probably heard me do
I
it.
have.
Um,
You have to learn a
so
Chapel Roan song.
I'll do Champagne Supernova, and then I'll do Red Wine Super.
Oh my gosh, your mom would lose her shit if you ever did a Red Wine Supernova.
I don't know it, so I'm just pulling shit out of my ass right now. So
it's a lot of her songs. So she is gay. She's a lesbian,
yeah.
and so a lot of her songs are talking about lesbian lovers,
Oh, nice.
and they're very, 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 very. She's very vocal in them.
Love to see it.
Very vocal.
What number are we on?
Number two.
Oh, okay. So this person I had forgotten about. And randomly, I don't know what happened. I was just sitting, I'm telling you, Boston, I was looking at my Spotify, all the songs, like just 3,000 songs. I'm very picky, so 3,000 is a lot for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just scrolling through and I'm like, there are no females in here. And randomly, um, this one song got stuck in my head by this person. I was like, oh, I forgot about her. So it's Lacey Sturm from Flyleaf.
Okay.
Do you not know who Flyleaf
No, I know who
is?
Flyleaf is. Yeah, I just didn't know her
Okay.
name.
She is freaking phenomenal. But anyway, all around me got stuck in my head. The I can feel
Mm-hmm.
you. Like I was just sitting here, I was like, uh, her, duh. But I love her so much. I have a I don't know why I do this, and I need to stop. I let my own personal bias get in the way of me liking things. So like I did this is okay. You can call me gimmicky, I guess. But when it comes to rock and like that's not metal, but she screams a little bit here and there. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
she
Like
does.
it gets pretty heavy and stuff. And found out they were Christian. I'm like
Mm-hmm.
that don't go hard no more.
Yep.
I'm like that don't go hard no more. Like I want to think about you hating people, not spreading
So that
love.
was my reaction. That's why when you said Flyleaf, I was like, huh? Okay.
Yeah, we used to do I'm so sick.
Yeah.
So
Yep. All right. So my number two is the same as Katie's number three, and that's Pink. I just feel like Pink has been around forever. She's a
oh
phenomenal
yeah.
vocalist, phenomenal writer. And to keep it completely honest, if it wasn't for the existence of who is on my number one, I don't know how Pink couldn't possibly be number one on anybody's list. Like I said, other than
Yeah.
the existence of who my number one is. And I'm going to throw one honorable mention here as well, just so my wife doesn't divorce me, and that is Amy Lee. I completely forgot about Amy Lee, but
I forgot about Amy Lee
yeah,
too,
but
but unfortunately
if
she probably wouldn't be on my list.
if I don't mention her here, though, my wife might just disown me. So
I just thought about Lady Gaga too. I'm kind of
Yeah,
bummed that I
Lady
didn't think.
Gaga, Lizzie Hale belongs in the mention here. I love her "Familiar Taste of Poison" song, man. That song is just so good. Um, you don't like Lizzie Hale? That's funny. What is it about Lizzie Hale now?
Gimmicky,
You think
not in the
she's
right way.
gimmicky? Okay, all right, fair enough. So, who is your number one?
Okay, so I only okay. The name of the band only comes out of my mouth every 2 seconds, but we got Miss Tatiana Schmaluk um from Ginger. Go figure. I love this woman, man. I have never loved a person like I love her. I get married in less than 2 months. I'm like, I've never loved somebody like I love this person that I've never met. I got to see her. Okay. Where's it at? Was it House of Blues? Yeah, it was at House of Blues. Oh my God. I just like I saw her outside of her tour bus when we were walking in. I was like, oh my God.
I'm gonna have
Oh
to
my
check them
God.
out. I'm looking them up right now. Wow, I've never heard of them.
Ginger?
Yeah. No, I'm looking. Yeah, I
Jinjer.
got them right here. This is incredible. Ukrainian metalcore band.
They're fucking awesome. You need to check them out because she sings a lot
Definitely.
and she
Yeah.
screams a lot. She does them both pretty it's about 50-50 usually. There's some songs that are more like ballads and stuff, but
Hmm.
like one of their normal songs is about half and half. She's fucking incredible. When COVID hit, I found her on my long binge on YouTube, so, like everyone did. Um, and I found her, and I was just like I told you, like I don't like Hailstorm. I do not like the Pretty Reckless. I do not like Spirit Box. Very, very picky when it comes to females. I don't know why. I'm a hater. I'm slightly a hater. I'm sorry.
You
It
know,
just is what it
it's
is.
funny you say that because typically speaking, I don't normally gravitate towards one gender over another when it comes to music. However, here, say the last 9 months or so, I would say probably 90% of what I'm listening to is female singers. Um,
I think what it is I don't compare, but like if you do anything that I don't agree with, I'm done.
right. Well,
Like,
I'm
I'm just
kind of
like,
there. I'm there in a way too. Like, yeah, I can see that big time. But like, yeah, I would talk to my wife and I'd be like, I don't understand why I'm gravitating towards female singers so much here lately.
well, and
Um,
not only that, I listen to a lot of like really hard rock and metal, and a majority of that is
it's
men.
men, right, right.
But even so, like if we're talking about like pop or whatever we're talking about, most of it's gonna be men for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm very, very picky and very and but for some reason Tatiana, she just like grabbed my soul. So in 2020, when COVID hit, I found her and I that's when I learned how to scream. I was like, I'm learning how to scream. I want to be like that bad bitch right there.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to watch her live
I definitely will.
because
I'm excited
you
to
would
do it.
lose your shit.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's cool. It's and that's
I
why
love
I
her.
want to do a lot more of these top five music related lists too. Just because I always enjoy finding new people for me. They're not
Hmm.
new, but like they're new to me. For example,
Right.
have you ever heard of Steam Powered Giraffe?
No.
See, my point exactly.
Also, God, I don't remember the girl's name, but the song "Pretty All Right" that we talked about last week.
Hmm.
I've been listening to it a lot,
That's
actually.
awesome, Caitlin Lavagna. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
she's incredible. Oh my gosh, it's not just that one song either. Like the more you listen to her, the more you fall in love. She is just so
yeah.
good
See, I
at.
need to go listen to more stuff because that's the only one I listen to
Yeah,
with you. So,
I can't wait to talk to her. I still have like a whole month or whatever it's been until she's on my schedule, but yeah, I'm excited to talk to her. And I'll keep it real, man. Like she's so low key and nobody knows who she is outside of probably Wales, and maybe they know quite heavily who she is over there, but like here, nobody knows who she is. So that's why I'm so excited about it because I get to show people who she is, like not only in
mhm.
Texas, but like, God, I love that so much.
I thought that would make you happy.
Yeah, it makes me happy when when I find a song, I tell somebody else about it and they like it too. It's so cool. But
And
yeah,
listen,
there's
it don't happen much, and it's a female.
yeah, that's true, and she's not your genre either.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
In fact, I was telling you when we talked about her last week that she reminds me of like a Adele Chapel Roan clone. Like if you mix those two. So she's
Hmm.
got the Chapel Roan vibes that I was telling you about.
Right.
So anyway,
I
back to
know.
my list. My number one is I'm a big Swiftie, so I gotta go with Taylor Swift. Again, it's down to the writing. It's not so much the vocals because obviously Taylor's vocals aren't the world's greatest vocals. But again, you add the presentation, the most successful touring artist in the world, probably the most successful songwriter in the world right now. Um, and I mean, and honestly, all of that she does outside of music too is another reason why I love her so much. Um, but honestly, there's not really much difference stylistically between her and say Miley Cyrus. I feel like they're
I was
cut
I
of the
forgot to
same cloth.
mention about my number one. So everyone on my list, and it's gonna come down to it because, like I said, especially when it comes to females, I can ignore like bad habits and stuff in male vocalists for some reason. But when I hear anything, especially in recorded, because like if it's recorded and it's on your album, like
Hmm.
it's probably worse. Um, but I just can't. So everyone on my list, I chose because they're not technically perfect, but they were very close.
Right.
And my number one on the list, I would honestly say she is probably all the way around, probably one of the best in the world.
Well,
Because I mean, give me an amazing singer that also knows how to scream. She's got like everything in here going on.
well, your list is
So,
definitely more diverse than mine was. Mine is four pops and a but that's what I'm listening to right now. Really, when it comes to
mhm,
music, is more pop music, female related pop music. But like country music, I'm still listening to like Tyler Childers and
mhm,
Jason Isbell, like that style of music, like roots music is really what I'm
mhm.
really digging when it comes to male singers. But with the female singers, for some reason, I'm really digging like the like the candy shop pop. I guess I don't even know what the hell you would call it, but yeah, that's where my list is. Just to go over it again for the segment that ends up coming. I've got Taylor Swift at number one. You've got what was her name again? Tatiana.
Tatiana Schmaluk,
And then at number two, I had Pink, and you had who? Flyleaf.
Lacey Sturm.
Number three, I had Chapel Roan, and you had Pink. Number four,
Yeah.
I had Sierra Farrell, and you had who?
Haley Williams,
Haley
Paramore.
Williams. And number five, I had Billie Eilish, and you had Miley Cyrus. You definitely had a much more diverse list than me, for sure.
Like I said, I'm picky, regardless of the music. It's just the vocals.
Yep, I
I
love
don't
it.
know
I
why.
love it.